There is a particular kind of courage required to say plainly and repeatedly that one of our most basic intuitions may be wrong. Carlo Rovelli has done exactly that with time. Across his scientific work and his writing for the public, Rovelli returns to a conclusion that is both disorienting and clarifying. Time, as we usually imagine it, does not appear in the fundamental laws of physics. The flowing present, the neatly ordered past and future, the sense of a universal now, none of these are written into the deepest equations describing reality. That insight does not empty the universe of change. It changes where time comes from, when time disappears at the foundations. In Rovelli's work on quantum gravity, particularly relational approaches, time does not function as a background parameter. The equations describe relations between physical quantities, how things change relative to one another, without referencing a single, external ticking clock. At the most fundamental level, the universe is not evolving in time. It is a network of relations. This leads to a conclusion that still unsettles people when they encounter it for the first time. There is no global now, no master temporal axis shared by all observers. What we call time appears only when we step back to the macroscopic world of thermodynamics, memory, and irreversibility. Nothing stops happening. What disappears is the assumption that change must be indexed to a universal temporal flow, the arrow of time as perspective. Rovelli's treatment of time's arrow is equally restrained and radical. At the microscopic level, most physical laws are time symmetric. They do not distinguish past from future. The direction we experience, entropy increasing, memories forming, traces accumulating, arises statistically. It depends on coarse-graining, limited information and the particular way subsystems interact with their environments. In this view, time's flow is not demanded by the universe. It is generated by perspective. Time feels directional because we are systems that record, forget, and dissipate. We experience the world from inside irreversible processes. The arrow is not fundamental, it is emergent. Rovelli's relational turn, what holds? Rovelli's work together is a commitment to relational physics. Physical quantities do not exist in isolation. They acquire meaning only in relation to other systems. Position, motion, and duration are not intrinsic properties waiting to be revealed. They are defined through interaction. This applies to clocks as well. Clocks do not uncover time. They define it operationally by using one system to track change in another. Time, in this sense, is not something the universe contains. It is something that appears between systems. And this is where the dialogue with humans, actuators of time, becomes unavoidable. Where human agency enters the picture, if time is relational and emergent, then the role of the observer, especially a conscious, memory-bearing, decision-making observer, cannot be dismissed as incidental. Humans are not inert reference points. We are systems that track change, encode memory, anticipate futures, choose among possibilities, and impose narrative order on experience. Humans, actuators of time, extends Rovelli's relational insight into the human domain. Physics explains why time is not fundamental. The book asks a different question. If there is no universal clock, then what gives lived time its structure? The answer proposed is not metaphor, it is participation. Time as something enacted in a universe where time is not built in. Temporal order must be made usable at the scales where life exists. Memory turns change into past. Intention turns possibility into future, action collapses. Uncertainty into sequence, meaning transforms chronology into narrative. These are not decorative overlays on an objective timeline. They are the mechanisms by which a relational universe becomes navigable. Humans do not simply occupy emergent time, they help enact it. A quiet convergence. Rovelli does not argue that time is meaningless. He argues that it is not fundamental, and that our everyday picture of it is a coarse-grained approximation shaped by how we interact with the world. Humans, actuators of time, meets that conclusion from another direction. It accepts the disappearance of time at the foundations and asks what fills the gap, what steps. Forward is agency, not domination, not control, but participation. The universe does not come equipped with a master clock. Time appears where interaction, limitation, memory, and meaning intersect. Rovelli shows us why time dissolves at the deepest level of physics. Humans. Actuators of Time explores what takes its place, not a void, but us.